morning, students. Welcome to the session 12. So, in the last class, we are discussing about a diesel power plant. So, in unit 2, majorly we have two chapters. One is the diesel power plant and second one is the gas turbine power plant. In a diesel power plant, the important thing is what are the layout of a diesel power plant, what are the components and auxiliary equipment of a diesel power plant, and the working of a different components, and advantages, disadvantages, site selection of a diesel power plant, applications of a diesel power plant. So these are the concepts already we discussed in the last 4 sessions. Now I would like to introduce one more type of a steam power plant. What is the power plant here? So that power plant is a gas turbine power plant. Okay. So today in this class we are discussing about a gas turbine power plant. So how the gas turbine power plant is working. Okay. So in a gas turbine power plant, the main objective is we need to generate the electrical power by using of a gas turbine. So gas turbine is working fluid of a exhaust gases or mixed gases. Okay, high pressure, high temperature air instead of a steam. Okay. So, in case of a steam power plant, the working fluid is the steam. Here, in a gas turbine power plant, the working fluid is the high pressure, high temperature air. Okay. So, this is the working fluid here. Working fluid. And in case of a steam power plant, we are using the fuels as coal. But in case of a gas turbine power plant, we need to utilize different types of a fuels. Generally, we preferred high octane number fuels. And gas turbine power plants are also known as combustion type power plants, combustion engine power plants also, because here also the combustion takes place. Okay. So simply see here in this diagram, we can see the arrangement. Okay, how the components are arranging. Okay. So first thing is the shaft. So the shaft is connected to a compressor. Why the compressor is required? So the compressor is required for compresses the air section, take the air from the atmosphere. So the compressed air we are sending to the combustion chamber. What happened in a combustion chamber? In a combustion chamber, the compressed air is entered. At the same time, we can inject the fuel. Okay. So the fuel is maybe natural gas or diesel or petrol or high octane fuels. Anything we can use, maybe liquid fuels, gaseous fuels or solid fuels. So generally in a gas turbine power plants we are using the natural gases. Okay. So in the surrounding to our college, so one power plant is available of a gas turbine power plant, that is a Lanco power station near to the Kondapalli. Okay. So here the combustion takes place by compressed air and the fuel entered. So these are the taking the compression process. Compression process gives the high temperature and pressure. So the high temperature and pressure gases is burned with help of a fuel. Okay. So it releases some amount of high temperature, high pressured air. Okay. So that is useful to the moving the turbine. Okay. So it is moving by using of a high temperature and high pressure air, so that's why it's called as gas turbine. Okay, so the turbine is operated by a gaseous fuel, that's why it's known as the gas turbine. The turbine which is operated by a steam, that is known as the steam turbine. The turbine which is operated by a water, that is known as the hydraulic turbine. So based on the working fluid we can name the turbines. Okay, so this is the turbine. So here we can generate the mechanical energy. Okay. So in a gas turbine power plants, how the working takes place? So the working takes place is similar to a steam turbine power plant, but in the gas turbine power plant, air is compressed in a compressor. So we are using different types of compressors. Okay. So maybe we can use a single stage compressor or double stage compressor. Based on the requirement of a pressure and temperature, we can decide the compressor and we can compress the air. The air which is taken from the atmosphere, this compressed air then passes to the combustion chamber. where the temperature of compressed air rises. Okay. So first, initially we need to suck the air from the atmosphere. After that, we need to do the compression process by using a compressor. After the compression process, that we need to send into the combustion chamber. That high temperature and high pressure air is passed through the gas turbine. Okay. So in the turbine, the compressed air is suddenly expanded. So that means it focuses or forces on some amount of energy on a turbine blades. Okay. So when it is expanded, it gains the kinetic energy. Okay. So similarly, in any power plant having a conversion of energy from one form to the another form, here also initially we have a chemical energy by using of a fuels. So that chemical energy is converted into the heat energy in the combustion chamber. After that, it have moving the air from one place to another place, that is the kinetic energy. Okay, and due to the kinetic energy, air can do the mechanical work for rotating the turbine. So that kinetic energy is converted into the mechanical energy through the turbine. So already do you know that turbine is a device which converts kinetic energy into the mechanical energy. Okay, and see the simple layout of a gas turbine power plant. So this is a simple layout here. So first, what do you need? Okay, so the purpose of a gas turbine power plant is generate the electrical power. So for that purpose, we need the fuel first thing. So we need the one oil storage tank. Okay, for the combustion process, one more thing, we need the oxygen. So we need to take the air, intake air, and we can take the air here. Okay, and later we need to do the compressor process. So this is the compressor part. Okay, so what is the working of a compressor or functioning of a compressor? So the compressor compresses the air in a proper way. In a compressor, it raises the pressure and temperature of a intake air. So after the compression process, that is sent back to the combustion chamber. So this is the combustion chamber, and compressed air is entered in the combustion chamber. At the similar way, storage oil also entered into the combustion chamber. So what happened here? Okay, so here the combustion process takes place. So when the combustion takes place, here amount of heat energy is released. So the heat energy generates, and it is moving some amount of high pressure and highest temperature air. So that have a kinetic energy. So that kinetic energy, highest kinetic energy of a gases moving towards the turbine part. So in this turbine layer, we have a n number of blades. So that high temperature and high pressure air strikes the turbine blade. So the kinetic energy is, or the gas is expanded here. Okay, and the kinetic energy is converted into the mechanical energy in this part. Okay, so in any type of a gas turbine, any type of a power plants, the most important component is the generator. Okay, so except the solar power generation, in any type of a power generation, we need to utilize a generator, because in all the cases we are generating the mechanical energy only. Maybe that is a hydroelectric power plant, or maybe it's a nuclear power plant, steam power plant, diesel power plant, or gas turbine power plant. Any power plant we can utilize using for generating the electrical power. The finest, almost we need to utilize a generator. Okay, so generator is a device which converts a mechanical energy. So all these things are connected through a shaft. So what is meant by shaft? So shaft is a device which transfers the energy from one point to the another point. So it's transferring the energy, and the mechanical energy is transferred to the generator. At a generator, that mechanical energy is converted into the electrical energy. After generating the electrical energy, what we can do? So we need to send the electrical energy to the transformers and our distribution points. From that we can transfer the electrical energy. So these are the basic working principle of a gas turbine power plant. Okay. So I think clear all the components here. Oil is required, compressed air, Okay, so we need to take the air, and that air is compressed by a compressor. Later we need the combustion chamber, and the combustion, after the combustion chamber we need to arrange the turbine. So in a turbine, that kinetic energy is converted into the mechanical energy. Okay, and here one more thing is, after the turbine there are some amount of exhaust gases we are removing here through the exhaust chimneys. Okay, so these are the working principles of a gas turbine power plants. So and also, what are the advantages? Okay, you can generate the electrical power through the steam power plant or through the DC power plant. Okay, and also we are using the gas turbine power plant. What is the major advantage of a gas turbine power plant instead of the others? Okay, so in a gas turbine power plant, the simple structure, it is have a simple structure is one thing, and it occupies a less space when compared to the steam power plant. Okay, construction wise, gas turbine power plant is much simpler than the steam turbine power plant. That's the first thing. And the second one is, the size of a gas turbine power plant is smaller than that of a steam turbine power plant. So it in a small space you can construct the gas turbine power plant rather than a large space required. Okay, so a gas turbine power plant doesn't have any boiler like components, and hence the accessories are associated or absent here. Okay, so we don't have a concept of a boiler. Okay, so that's the reason we don't need any accessories related to the boiler. So that is the pressure controller, boiler cleaning, tubes cleaning, or ash removal process. We don't require all the things here. Okay, so automatically when we remove some component in a power plant, means it reduces the cost, initial investment of a power plant. Okay, so the thing is, a gas turbine power plant can more instantly be started than an equivalent steam turbine power plant. So the steam turbine, if you want to run the steam power plant, it takes some time for the initial starting, or if you want to change the load, also it takes some time. You don't change the loads as early as possible. It is some process, and starting also similarly a large lengthy process. But in case of a gas turbine power plants, the starting of a working power plant is very simple, it's a very quick, and we can change the loads also very easily in a gas turbine power plant. So these are the major advantages of a gas turbine power plant. But it has some limitations. So what are the limitations of a gas turbine power plant? Okay, so the gas turbine power plants are not self-starting methods. Okay, so we need to do the starting process. Okay, and also at a lower loads. So already we discussed that. So we can change the loads continuously based on the requirement. Okay, but the thing is, if you operated at a low load, for example, the maximum load is 100 kgs and the minimum load may be 0. For example, if you want to run at a 40 kgs of load, automatically the efficiency is very less when compared to the higher efficiency. When the load is increases, automatically the efficiency of any engine is increases up to a maximum point. So every engine is designed for a particular load. Okay, so based on the speed and torque, all the considerations, we can design the engine system or component systems. So, but the thing is, it is very low efficiency in a part load conditions. And non-reversibility process. So we can't do the reversible process here. So it's a non-reversibility process. Okay, so we need to generate the electrical energy from the fuels, but reversely we don't create the gases. That is the non-reversibility condition. And higher rotor speed. So it's rotated with a high speed and compared to the others. So that is the one limitation here. And not only at a lower efficiency at a part loads. Okay, so not only at a part loads, when compared to the steam power plant, the efficiency of a gas turbine power plant is very less. The gas turbine power plant overall efficiency also maybe ranges from 20 to 30% only. So the efficiency of a gas turbine power plant is 20 to 30%. But in case of a steam turbine power plants, if you see the starting efficiency is 30 and up to it's a 40%. So the main intention of a gas turbine power plants in nowadays, the most of the research work is going on to improve the efficiency. So most of the researchers are trying to improve the efficiency of a gas turbine power plant. The possibility is up to 45%. So how we will get a higher efficiency? So we can do the proper processes, proper combustion process, so proper compression process. So like that we can improve the efficiencies. Okay. So these are the limitations of a gas turbine power plants. And so see the schematic diagram of a simple gas turbine power plants. Okay. So what they are discussed in a last points. So here also we can see the just schematic diagram. So all the components, what the components are required here. So the components are required here. One is the compressor and air intake from the atmosphere. So this is the filter. So the filter is removes the dust particles from the atmosphere. So after the filter, the fresh air is entered into the compressor. So in a compressor, that air is compressed and the compressed air is sent into the combustion chamber. At the same time, we need to supply the fuel here. Here the combustion takes place. So this is the process here. After the combustion, it creates some amount of heat energy. That heat energy gives a high amount of temperature and pressure gases. That gases flows through on a gas turbine. Okay. So in this gas turbine, the gases are expanded. The gases are expanded and it starts rotating the turbine. Okay. So that means here the kinetic energy is converted into the mechanical energy. So that is coupled with a generator. Okay. So entirely it is connected by through a shaft. Okay. On the alternator here. Okay. After that we need to start the starting motor. So if you want to start this process, you need the motor for the entire combustion process and all. Okay. So already in a limitation point of view, if you know that it's not a self-starting, so that's why we are using the starting motor also. So initially we need to start that process. Okay. So in a gas turbine power plant, one more disadvantage is also there. So in a gas turbine power plant, so the compressor is also operated by using of a generated electrical power. So that is also one of the most reason to get a lower efficiency when compared to the other systems, because most of the power generated is using for a compression working of a compressor here. Okay. And what are the components here? Turbine, compressor, combustor, and the auxiliary devices like starting device, lubricating pump, fuel pump, oil system, and the duct system. Okay. So these are the main components. So turbine is a device which converts the kinetic energy to mechanical energy. Compressor is a device it is using to raise the pressure and temperature of the gas. And the combustor, the chamber where the combustion takes place. And auxiliary devices means additional equipments which are utilizing for the gas turbine power plant. So starting device, we need to utilize the starting motor for the starting of a gas turbine power plant. And lubricating system. So here the working component is compressor. So in this also we need to fill the lubrication oil, otherwise it causes to the wear and tears. Okay. So that's why we are using the lubricating pump. And the fuel pump. So we need to inject the fuel into the combustion chamber. That's why we need to utilize the fuel pump. And the oil system and the duct system also required for moving the exhaust gases out from the combustion chamber. Okay. So these are the important components of a gas turbine power plant. So how a simple classification of gas turbine power plant. So generally gas turbine power plants are derived in a various bases. So here in this present session I would like to classify in a two bases. One is the constant pressure method and second one is the constant volume basis. Okay. So in a constant pressure, generally we prefer the constant pressure combustion gas turbines. Constant pressure combustion gas turbines. So in that it is divided into again two ways. One is the open cycle and second one is the closed cycle. So what do you mean by a open cycle and what do you mean by a closed cycle? Okay. So open cycle means, so we need to do the process at a one time only. For example, if you do the compression process here, so this is the compressor. Okay. So that compressor is connected to a combustion chamber. After the combustion chamber, that is connected to a turbine. Okay. So when after the combustion process, automatically it is exhaust to the environment. Exhaust to the environment. So this process. So this is the compressor. Compressor, combustion chamber, turbine. Okay. So the exhaust gases are eliminated or sent back to the atmosphere. So that type of system is known as the open system. Okay, this is the shaft here. In another case, a closed cycle system is there. So what is meant by closed cycle? So it's a closed loop. It's a simply closed loop. So for a compressor, there is sending to the some amount of exhaust gases also. Automatically, when we are sending back to the exhaust gases through the compressor, it raises its temperature more. That is some amount of preheating process. Okay, it helps to the improve the combustion efficiency because we are sending back to the high temperature and high combustion air. Okay, high temperature and high pressure air. But in some amount of in some cases, it causes to some amount of losses also because in this exhaust gases we don't have some amount of fuel mixers. Okay, so that's why maybe it decreases the efficiency. So that's why we need to consider some amount of exhaust gases only, maybe 10% or 20% or 50% like that we need to consider. Okay, on the constant volume process. So in the next class we will discuss very clearly about the constant pressure and constant volume combustion chambers. Okay, so today just I would like to introduce only the components and the working phenomena only. Okay, so I would like to summarize the today class once again. So just follow it. So summary of today's class. So summary of today's class. So in today's class, the main concept is the gas turbine power plant. So it's simply written as GT, gas turbine power plant. So in a gas turbine power plant, okay. So what is the working fluid here? The working fluid is air. Whatever the condition of a working fluid here, high temperature and high pressure. High pressure and the high temperature, air is the working fluid. Working fluid is. What about the fuel? So the fuel we are using in a gas turbine power plants. Okay, so generally high octane fuels. High octane fuels. So generally in a petroleum fuels we have a, or gasoline fuels we have a high octane numbers, and gaseous fuels also we have a high octane number. So preferably in a gas turbine power plants we can utilize the natural gases. So what is the composition of a natural gases? So the natural gases mainly consists of a methane. So that is a CH4. Natural gas. So we are preferably fuel is the natural gas which is having the high octane, and the working fluid is the air with a high pressure and the high temperature. Okay. So these are the working fluids. Only the difference between the steam power plant and the gas turbine power plant is very clear. In the steam power plant we are using working fluid as a steam at high pressure and high temperature condition. In case of a gas turbine power plant we are using working fluid as a air at a high pressure and high temperatures. Okay. And what is the working principle of a working methodology of a gas turbine power plants? So already we discussed that in a gas turbine power plants, so the important components are only the compressor. So in a gas turbine power plants, the components or auxiliaries are very less when compared to the other power plants. So these are the only main components here. One is compressor, combustion chamber, and the turbine. The turbine is coupled with a alternator, and these are coupled with a shaft. So everything is coupled with a shaft. Okay. So the fresh air is taken from the atmosphere. The air is compressed and we take the combustion, and here we need to inject the fuel here, fuel injection, and that high temperature and high temperature and high pressure air is expanded here in the turbine part. Okay. So this is the working phenomena of a simple gas turbine. Okay. So the gas turbines are classified into two categories mainly. One is the constant pressure and the constant volume process. In the constant pressure process, the gas turbine is divided into two things. One is the open cycle. So these are the very important in a project unit, closed cycle and the open cycle. So we have the layouts and everything. So in the next class, we will go through it very clearly. What is meant by open cycle, how it operates, what is meant by closed cycle, how it operates. Okay. So these are the main important things in a project introduction part. Okay. Okay. Thank you.